Hey guys, I have decided to remove these. I'm still going to use them, but remove them from the center because I'm having, an issue with everything working nicely. So, the problem is they didn't go all the way through to the back. They only went through the spine piece, the actual binding method that we used. So I know that I had all of them open up horizontally. So I'm going in to the side, grabbing them and using a bit of pressure. Oh, now that one's the only one that broke. The other ones I am going to be able to reuse. And just pull it up. There we go. See, they come out. They come out fine, in fine shape, but it did take a good bit of muscle. Good bit of muscle in there and some good leverage. I love these angled tweezers for a lot of things. And I'm also leaving behind a little bit of the brown paper, but I'm not going to sweat it because there we go. And that took a little bit of effort to get that off too, but I would have rather it felt like it glued down a little better on this leather, faux leather stuff, but it didn't. Okay, but what I'm going to do in here is make a journal type book with elastic. And so that's going to sit right in this groove. It's going to allow everything to still lay flat, and probably where those are going to go is going to be back here. So they will not go to waste. They are going to hold a lot of pictures, but they're going to do much better here and allow everything to lay flat. So if you have already, it's just everything's laying flat now and it just works so much nicer. I don't know why I do that to myself. I just don't know why I do that to myself. So anyway, I think everything's coming along really well. I did not cover these yet, and I do need to remember that I have to do that. So I've got basically 4 flaps on each one of these to cover. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a lot of paper. That's a lot of paper. I might just leave that brown. We're gonna have to wait and see, because then I still have, remove this. We still have this. Oh, you're supposed to hang on with your magnet. Where are you? There you go. Yeah, you're supposed to hang on with that magnet. There we go. And then those pockets, everything else there is done. This is going to have a nice big tag, or you're going to be able to, or multiple tags. So that is still to come, but the basic part of the page is done. Love it. This is all going to be, collaged. I still have to cover this. I did plan on doing this with this one, but I've already gone over that with you, so I'm not gonna do that on camera. Now, this is page 4, the back of this one, and this is page 5, the front of this one. So these 2 center ones have the short ends. So page 4, what did I choose in here to be page 4? Page 8, inside back cover, inside front cover, Page 4. Oh, isn't it lovely? All right. And then what was page 5 so that I know what I'm going to be laying up against. Okay, so this is rather neutral, so you know, as long as I'm dealing with the same colors and stuff, I'm not really going to be clashing with that, so that's good. All right. So, see, now those wings are huge. They go way past my page. Huh. What to do, what to do, what to do. I suppose I don't really want to do that, but that would get just about, yeah, that would get everything on the page, but is it worth it? I don't think so. Now, I could cut them out and move them forward, you know, move them this way a little bit more. Okay. Well, we're going to have to figure this one out. What's on the back? It's just so pretty. I love all these colors. Okay. Well, this one's going to take me a moment, guys. So I shall return momentarily. Okay. So I've been brainstorming. I think I'm going to try something with this. I would really love to be able to get all of these feathers in here, but I don't think there's a way of doing that. However, I will be able to, I think, get at least one full set and most of the other. So, I'm going to eyeball the center. This is going to be more of a waste of paper than anything else, but yeah, I'm really thinking that this is the way. Now, I would prefer him to be centered on the page. However, the way I want to do this and try and keep at least one whole set is I am going to have to bring him over a little bit. Right about there, probably. Okay. So, I'm going to make a mark. Now, if you're working with me, just sit back, get you a little cup of coffee or tea, and maybe have a little snack and watch, because I don't really know what's going to happen here. So don't do step by step with me right now. Just kind of come along with me for the ride. All right, so I'm going to cut where I'm going to be right up against this piece, and where I'm going to be just as long as this piece here. And so I'm going to cut up both sides. However, when I get up here to the wings, I'm not going to cut the wingtips off. I'm going to cut around the wingtips and then continue on with the straight cut. All right, so that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up with this line on my cutter and make a mark up here, and then I can cut down to this and up to this, you know, however, up and down. And then I'll just take care of cutting these pieces. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Let's think that through a little bit more too. So I've got my cutter here. So I'm going to cut right there and bring this out and get my ruler, and I'm going to line up my cut and my line. And I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to mark lightly where it is that I need to cut out. Okay, and now I'm going to cut from the other end. Make sure I am straight. Okay, let's see what we end up with here. And of course I don't have any scissors because I've taken them all into the living room. Oh Lord, I love it. I love it. Let's see. I did, for my birthday, I ordered myself a new pair of shears. And I got them from Spellbinders. They sent me a birthday present. $15 off. That was it. 15 bucks. I thought, wow, you know, that's a nice, just for registering with them, for your birthday. So, you know, hey everybody. So I went online and I was looking around. It was like, well, I don't really need a lot of anything. I mean, I just opening this store. I got plenty of stuff, but I needed some shears, obviously, since I never have any. So now I'm just trying to make these really dull scissors. I need to get my scissor sharpener out. So yeah, I got a pair of those. And they were only like 13 bucks, I think. $13.95. So I'm looking forward to getting those into my hot little hands and trying them, because I do need a new pair. The ones I have had for quite a long time. I think 2013 was the last time I bought myself. I could be wrong. And that's because I know that I bought myself a second set of shears when I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Those are nice snips, by the way. Those are the ones I've been using since 2013, and they're just now getting to the point where they don't always cut everything. So, okay, so there is that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this. Oh, I hate the idea of not getting all of this in, but it's just, I just can't do it. Just cannot do it. As it is, this is going to come out toward over the edge of the page, which is going to be totally adorable. Do I want to leave this little bar? Because it's not, so I'm going to cut up this way, all the way through. I'm going to take this little bar off as well, because I don't want that to be the only one, because this will get cut off somewhere as well. So here we go. All right, so there's that. We are starting to get ourselves some, oh, and let's cut this little bottom snippet piece off. Oh, I almost ripped off my couldn't understand why nothing was laying flat. It's because those little wings were trying to fold up on me. So be careful if you are doing this with me, that you use this side to line up on your cutter instead of this side, because these won't let it lay flat. Duh. Duh. Okay, so now I have this that's going to go against my faux leather, and I'm quite happy with that fit. And this, yeah, so I'm quite happy there. Now I just need to, I'm going to pull this out a little bit so that I can see where I'm at. And I'm going to cut up here. So then I'll have a nice piece ready. Okay. So let's double check. Let's push this right into the faux leather area. And up just a little bit. And we have space all the way around. There we go. Okay. All right. So now let's put this away. And let's see what we can do with this now. Let's see. Okay. I kind of had an idea, and then I've changed my mind, and then I've gone back to it, and then I've changed my mind. Let's see. I don't know exactly what I want to do here, but we're going to figure it out. Let's see, which one is this? And this. Okay, now if I put these two together, I'm trying to think of using this instead of cardstock to make some flaps. But it's not very thick. I do have some other ones that are a little thicker. This is a little thicker, so let's see. No, I'm not going to like that. So let's get the file folder out and do that instead. Because I don't have much cardstock, but I've got a lot of file folders. Okay, so I am going to need yeah, this will work. This will work. I'm going to need a 1/2 inch. Let's see. This can get glued down exactly like it is here. I'm going to need to take this off. I need a 1/2 inch on both sides for folding over. Okay. So let me get this. Here we go. I'm going to put this along the edge here. Make sure my paper's nice and straight. And I'm going to mark right there. And then I'm going to give myself a 1/2 inch here. And 1/2 inch here. Okay, so I'm cutting to there. I want to try and leave this piece so I have another piece and I'm not wasting my file folders. Although, if I cut this straight across, it will be a size that I would want to use, but I might need this whole piece. Yeah, so I'm going to cut to here and then cut up to here. There we go. And can I fit all of this? Now, you know, I guess I'm going to use my scissors to cut this, because I can't get all of this in my cutter. And I'm just going to cut it all the way up because I don't really have a choice. There we go. So this leaves me a nice piece here to do something with. So I'm very happy about that. All right, so I'm using the existing score line as my hinge. I'm going to go ahead now and cut this. And I need to cut the tab off. So that gives me more to work with. And then I just want to cut the tab. Just the tab, please. Okay. I think I need to cut just a smidge more because it's not quite straight. There we go. There she blows. All right. Let's go ahead and do my angle thing here. Yeah, that one's a little funky, but I'm not gonna sweat it. Okay, so I need to put a 1/2 of an inch. Well, let's do it the proper way. Let's line this up. Now remember, I had this where I'm making it exactly the same size, which I did not actually do very well. Let's see, how much do I need to take off still? Not much, but I do want to have this. So there. Okay, excuse me just a moment, please. There. All right, now let's see. Okay, I am going to live with that. And now I'm going to make a mark and make a mark, and that's where I need my score line to be. And just put it here. Okay. It has been rainy, and boy, have we needed it. This was supposed to be in Kentucky. This was supposed to be our rainiest month of the year. And we pretty much went the entire month except for the last 3 days with absolutely no rain at all. So, yeah, kind of weird. But my plants are certainly loving it. My dogs, on the other hand, are not. And my house, it seems like every time I turn around, I'm having to vacuum. And my dogs are shedding, so that's another reason I have to vacuum. So between the leaves coming in and the pieces of grass and everything that sticks to your shoes because they're wet, it's horrible. And of course, when they shed, that means you're dusting 2 and 3 times a day if you want your stuff to stay nice. Okay, so now what I'm going to do. Oh, Lord, let's see. How do I want to do this? Okay. Let me get some, and hopefully I think I have more if I'm running out. This is removable adhesive. So, I can put it on. And this is fairly old, so it doesn't work as well as it normally does. Now, let's see. I'm going to place this down. Now, if you don't have this, maybe you can just use binder clips all around the edges. Okay, did I get all of it on? And I still have a little snippet here that does not want to sit just right. So I am going to take it off. If I can steady my hand enough. Now these Tim Holtz scissors, I love them because they will pretty much cut anything. I mean, you can cut metal and then turn around and cut a piece of paper and then turn around and cut some ribbon or lace. But they sometimes are a little awkward to use on little things. But okay, so now, see, it just doesn't want to stay very well. And I do need it to stay. So let me get some of my smaller binder clips just to help keep it in one spot. Okay. So what I want to do here is I am going to cut up his arm and all the way to here. Then I am going to, let's see, let's get this straight on my grid. And let's get this straight on this piece. Right. There we go. Oh, it is. Okay, and then I'm going to go straight with this piece right here. Okay, and I'm going to make myself a line going straight up that way. So, how can I do that without cutting this piece in half? Because I don't want to do that. I don't want to cut it in half. Okay, so I actually need to not have it I need to go get my scissors, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I knew exactly where they were, so it didn't take me but a second. Even though you guys wouldn't know if I took several hours or not. Okay, so I have my line here, and I'm going to cut on this side. And I don't want to cut any of this off. I want all of this to lay perfectly in its place. Okay. Okay, so there's that spot taken care of. And now I'm going to start on this direction. I know this is probably as exciting as watching paint dry. Now this one is going to actually be, let me snip this little teeny piece off here. This piece is actually going to have to be saved and put in place because I've got no way of not having it, you know, of leaving it in its proper space. So this one we need to save. Let's put that up there. Hopefully that will stay there. All right, now for the rest of this, we're going to have to cut it out. And we're going to have to just keep not, you know, usually we might cut down into here, but I need all of this to be one piece. Now I might get done with this and think, oh, I didn't think that through. I could have done it this way and it would have been so much easier. But I just can't seem to think of a different way of doing this than just straight out fussy cutting all these wings out. And if we were live, I might ask you all to help me come up with a way to do it that would be easier. Well, I tell you, I do not need to leave these. And there, I've lost my piece already. I do not need to leave this. This will make it a whole lot simpler. Save my little piece here. All right, now we're cooking with some gas. Okay, so we're going to cut this and bring it round. Try not to damage the paper. Okay, bring this around. And I know a lot of you are saying, oh, I hate fussy cutting. Well, you know what, guys? Come on. The more you do, the better you get at it. And, you know, yes, this is a little persnickety. But truly, honestly, if you practice, you will get better at it. And you lefties, my girlfriend is a lefty, and she's always complained about how hard it was to fussy cut for left-handers. Now, as a righty, I hold my scissors slanted like this. As a lefty, you hold your scissors slanted like this. If you flip it and slant it like this as you're cutting, you can see what you're cutting. If you flip it like this and cut, you can't see what you're cutting. Or go in the opposite direction and cut it this way. There are ways for you to do it. Flip the way that you hold your scissors, because I'm able to cut this way as well as this way. So you as a left-hander should be able to angle your scissors in whichever direction you want. And just by going in the opposite direction, that you might be, you know, it might be easier whichever way you're going to do it. So, you know, just do the best you can. And it does add so much to your pages. See all these little, you know, to fussy cut out your little doodads and whatnots. Now I know on some of the digital kits, the artists are making little borders around each one of them, so it's a lot easier. It's a lot less fussy cutting. So, you know, if you wanted to start out with those, I'm not sure who all does it. I know Jen at Dreams Etc. does it. And who else did I have that did it? I think Mrs. Coggs does it on some of her stuff. I don't know that she does it on everything. But that that Fashion Bazaar had some of them with the border around it, so it was easier to fussy cut out. So yeah, you know, just a thought, because I know some of you, as soon as anybody mentions fussy cutting, you're like, oh, I'm out of here. And I'm sorry if I'm getting loud. My ears are, oh, they itch and they're stopped up, or whatever you want to call it, with the allergies. Man, my husband says, honey, I'm right here. Yeah, so I am trying, because like right now, I guess I maybe sound normal, but to me, I sound like I'm whispering. So that, yeah, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when you feel like you're whispering. So hopefully I'm at a normal voice and not piercing everyone's eardrums. Because I can be loud anyway. Yeah, I tend to, especially if I'm excited or having fun. I get quite loud, and I start talking really fast. But I guess everybody does that when they're all excited and stuff, right? Right? Somebody save me here. Yes, I get, from my husband and my girlfriend, I get grief about, whoa, let me turn the volume down, and I'm right here. And like my father, I have to, now I'm going to stop right here. When I'm explaining something, I have to take the clock all the way apart and then put it all the way back together again before you get the answer. So they're like, whoa, quick version. Oh, okay. So I am going to set this back on here so I can make sure that my thinking process is working properly. Because, you know. And then here is this little piece that's going to go right here. Okay. So I have that. So, first thing I need to do let me pick this back up again. Before I cut this off, I want to set this. I think I turned this around. Yes. Okay, so I want to set this up. And I am going to take some glue and I'm going to just glue down this little section right here. I'm just going to run some glue. So I still have to be able to get to cut this part off. Yeah, see, that's going to fit in there just perfectly. See, I am looking for that to fit into the grooves. When you lay it down, that it'll fit right down into the grooves. That's what I'm looking for, pepples. Okay. So, I can do the same thing with this side. Just make sure you're not gluing down any of the wings. You don't want to get any of the wing glued down. Oh, poo. I don't want to do that. And I didn't really want to do this just yet. Not too far down. Okay, that's fine, because I didn't glue that one too far down. I can glue this part, but I don't want to glue too far down here, because there's another thing that I'm going to do. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, but I thought I'd bring you along for my thought process. Now, I am going to go ahead and cut down on this line. This is the line that I made with the ruler that comes kind of right up with his arm. So this line right here, I'm going to cut down close to the wing, and then I'll finish it off with my scissors. My skizzers. All right, so let's get it right on the line. Okay, so here's this part. Let me get this out of here. And I'm going to there. Okay. I did. Where's my eraser? Let me get that line off of there. Oh, that's that was the wrong. That wasn't a line. That is a line, but it's on the paper. Okay, so I have this glued down so it doesn't move. And let me also glue this down so it doesn't move. I'm just doing a little top section here. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing yet or not. So now that I have this kind of set up where none of my paper is really going to move, I'm going to go ahead and cut through both pieces. Let's see, I could glue some of this down too. Okay. So now I am going to cut at his arm. Do I want to do it at his arm or do I want to do it straight? Did I do all the way up there? I did. So I'll do it at his arm. I'm going to follow along on his arm. So take your time. Be careful with this one because you want this to be right the first time. So I'm going to follow up his arm up to the wing. And then I'm going to have to go around just this one little wing and come up, and then I should... Ooh, don't rip. And, okay. So now this is separated from this. And why are you not separating? Okay. Okay. So now my wings have separated out, but I have this cut where it needs to be. So now I'm going to pull this back and I am going to cut see, where is the final cut? Right there. So let me take my ruler, set it down where it's lined up. Okay. So I have connected this cutting from this cutting. I have connected it with this pencil line. So now I'm just going to cut this out. I'm going to cut this out right up to there. Okay. So now I have my two pieces that didn't cut exactly straight. Okay. So let me get ready for the next part, guys. Hold on just a second.